Hello guys, Welt here, and it's yet another tutorial on CorelDRAW. In my last video, in the previous video, we did a little recap of CorelDRAW and what you can do with the application. This is just a continuation of that video. So if you've not seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description of this very one so that you can watch. You have to watch that one so you can have an idea of what CorelDRAW app is being used for. So in this video, we're going to pick some menus and talk extensively on it. So without wasting much time, let's get into it. So guys, we'll continue from where we stopped. So last time we stopped at the menu. I was trying to show you some of the menu that we have at the CorelDRAW environment. So it's going to be a quick video. I'll show you some of this menu. I will talk extensively on them. Then we'll work on the drawing tools, drawing and editing tools. That's the tools by the left hand side. We'll pick some of them, some basic ones. We'll deal with the basic ones first before we now go to the advanced ones. So we'll pick some of the basics tools that you use in the environment to design. We'll pick it out and we'll talk about it. So let's start with the menu very fast. So the first menu we have is the file menu. What we have in the file menu, we have new. If you want to create a new document, new from template, open if you want to open an existing job, close if you want to close the environment. Then we have save. If you want to save your document, save as well. We have acquire, we have import if you want to import things into the CorelDRAW environment. We'll be doing more of this imports because there are so many in CorelDRAW. Basically, you do a lot of importation of things like images and other things to your environment. So we'll be using this import a lot. Yes, then we have export tool, we have send, we have print. Printing is very important. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm showing you. Printing is important because after you're done with your design, you have to print. Okay, so we'll go to the edit. Edit, we have undo, redo, manage, paste. I just want to talk about copy. You can get the copy and paste. We're doing a lot of copy, we're doing a lot of paste, we're doing a lot of cutting. Then these other ones, we'll treat them later. Then view. Once we're looking at how to view, how to zoom. If you want to zoom in, if you want to see the whole thing you're designing in a full screen, you use that. You use the view, the full screen icon here. If you want to see the whole full screen, then all these ones basically we just leave them. This other one. Then layout, we have insert page, duplicate page. All this we are going to talk about it on the cost of the study. I'm just running a review. Then we have objects, and this is where we have group, we have shaping, we have curves and things like that. We'll look at that while we progress with the course. Then we have effects. This is very important. This is where the magic happens. Effects, we have adjustments, we have transformation, we have blending, envelope. All these we pick them and talk about them in subsequent course. Then we have the bitmap, very important too, how to convert into bitmap. We'll discuss that. Then we have the text menu. Text menu is where you basically edit your text. We also talk about this as we go on. Then we have table, we have tools, we have windows. In case you're working on two workspace, you can switch between workspace space using this window menu. So all these ones, we'll deal with them gradually as we proceed with this course. Like I told you, it's going to be a long course and an interesting one. So let's go over to the drawing tools, the drawing and editing tools. So the first one, we have the pick. This tool is the pick tool. It's what you use in picking your drawings or your objects within the CorelDRAW environment. Okay, let's just do a little demonstration. So let's go to file menu and import something. So you can either choose to import or you can go and copy and paste. Or let me use import. So I want to import something from my computer. I want to import an image from my computer. I want to import it into CorelDRAW and start editing the image. So what do? We go to file and we click on imports. You can see it imports. So once we click on import, we choose where the document, once you have different documents, and you have where you save your document. So mine is on the desktop. So I'm just going to import it from the desktop. Where is it? Okay, so that's it. So I'll just click on the import and I will right click, hold down and drag. So you can see this image. I've imported this image. There are two ways to do it. Is either you right click, no sorry, you left click and drag, or you just click. Let me do it again. Let me delete this and it. File, imports, is imports. Then you left click, holding your left click. You can see the cursor has changed. You drag it with your mouse and drop it at where you want it. That's one way of doing that. The second way is by going to imports, select what you want to import, then you click on import and you just press enter. So you notice that if you press enter, it's going to make the image a bit bigger, which means you have to now adjust the image using this. You can see my cursor. Once you place your cursor here, you can now adjust the image. So whichever way you would like to do it, it can also work. Or you can just go and copy the image. You can go to where the image is. Like in my case, it's on my desktop here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. So I'm just going to right click and I'll click on copy. Right. Then I'll come back to the CorelDRAW environment again. I'll right click again and click on paste. You can see. So either way you want to bring this image into your workspace, you can just go ahead and do that. So let me delete this one because we're actually working with this. So we're working with the first pick tool. I think this pick tool is self-explanatory. You can see once you click on the pick tool, you can be able to pick this image and drop it at anywhere you want to. You can pick this image and drop it at. So that's the usefulness of this pick tool. You can also use it to select the image. So once I left click and drag, I'm able to select this image, then I'm able to also move it. So let me duplicate this image so I can show you another usefulness. So assuming I want to pick, they are the same image. Okay, let me or should I use another? No, let's use this one. So you can see these images are two, and I want to pick the both of them together. So I can still use this pick tool, this first pick tool. It's called pick tool, to pick the both of the images. You can see once I drag, I left click drag, I can select these two images. You can now see I can move the two images. I don't know if that's if I'm moving too fast. Just follow me. So you can see that's the usefulness of this pick tool. Then the next tool, we have the shape tool. The shape tool. So basically the shape tool, you can use it to shape images. So I can decide to use this shape tool to reduce this image. You can see I'm able to reduce this image. Then I can use it to make this image like this. That's the work of shape tool. We're using a lot of shape tool in the course of this project. So that's basically the work of this shape tool, right? So smooth, smear, all these other ones, we'll leave it. We'll get into it as we keep going in the course. So the most important thing you need to know is this very shape tool. Okay, so the other ones we'll deal with them gradually. So the next one we have is crop tool. This you can use in cropping images, just like the name sound. You can use it to crop images. Like if I want to cut off some part of this image, I can just left click, hold down, then drag it, and you can see. And once I press enter, you can see that I've cut this image. So how did I do it again? I want to crop this image and I want to use the crop tool. So I'll just select the part of this image I want to cut. Part of this image I want to cut. I'll select it by left clicking, dragging to the point I want to cut it. Then I'll press enter. You can see I've cut this image. Okay. So we'll just move on to the next tool. The next tool is zoom in, zoom out. So if I wanted to zoom into this image, I can as well just click. Always remember to left click, hold down, then drag your mouse you can see I've been able to, you know, zoom in to this image. So if I want to zoom out, notice where I'm going to go to. You see this place, you have the plus and the minus. So if I want to zoom out, I can as well just zoom out using this. You can see this is where I'm clicking. This is where I'm clicking. So I'm zooming out. If I want to zoom in, the same thing too. So you can either zoom in using this very icon here, which you see here, plus and minus. Plus is to zoom in, minus is to zoom out. Or if you want to zoom in, you can as well click and drag to the point where you want to zoom. So if I want to zoom, let's say I want to zoom this very man's, the dollar sign, the person on the dollar sign, I want to zoom in only that part of the object. So I'll just left click and drag over that very point, and you can see that zooming. Then if I want to zoom out, I can use the escape button. I can use the escape button to zoom out. If I want to zoom out, I'll use the minus button to zoom out. Okay, so that's that for that. So then we have so every other one like this, the pan tool is just to move the image. I don't really use this because it's kind of it's weird. I don't really use that tool. So I basically use the zoom in and zoom out. Then the freehand tool can use it to draw a line. So assuming I want to draw a line now, I'll just click and drag. Click again. I don't know if you understand. You pick the tool, it's called a freehand tool. You left click once, then you use your mouse to drag it. It's a straight line. This tool helps you to draw a straight line. So use your mouse to drag to the point where you want the line. If you want a perfect line, you hold down your control key. On the perfect line, you hold down your control key. Then that's for window users. You hold down your control key. For Mac, it's command. For Mac users, you hold down your command key, then you drag. So once you get to the point where you want the line to stop, you click again, you left click again, and you draw a line. You draw a line. So that's the freehand tool. Then we have the 2-point line tool. This I'm not going to really talk about this because it's advanced. This is advanced. Let's deal with the freehand tool because that's the most common one we'll be using because of this tutorial, this lecture. So let's move on to where are we? Okay, this one I don't really use this. What's this? Artistic. It's a pen. This is a pen if you want to draw, but I don't really use this. If you want to draw a line that looks like an artist drawing, you can use this, but I don't really use this. But you can try it, but I don't really use it. So the next one we want to check out is the rectangular tool. So basically this rectangular tool draw you a box. You can draw a box using this tool. So it's easy, just the same way we draw this line. You pick the tool, you left click to pick the tool, right? You come to your workspace. So this is your workspace. This space that you see we are currently using, this is your workspace. So you come to your workspace, you click down and drag. You can see we've been able to create a rectangular shape. So we have other tools there. It's 3D point rectangular. I don't really use this one, but you can also try it. I basically recommend you use the first one, rectangular tool. Then we have this Ellipse Tool. The same thing, you select it by clicking on it, left clicking of course. Then you come to the workspace, you hold down, you left click, hold down. Once you left click, you hold down your left click, then you drag your mouse. Then it's now, you can now see that you've made another shape, an ellipse shape, a round shape, if you might say. So we'll move very fast to the next one. Let me drop all this so I have a preview. I'm just going to drag down so that we have more space. So we'll come to this next tool. We have the polygons tool. If you want to draw a polygon, use this tool. Then we have here too the star. If you want to draw a star, use this tool. Then we have basic shapes. You can see basic shapes. So you guys can just play around all these shapes and, you know, draw. All you have to do whenever you pick up any shape, you just left click and drag. So let's draw a star. I left click, hold down, move my mouse, and I have a star. Not a star, a cross. Sorry. I always like stars. Okay, so how did I do that? You know, we just finished dealing with the Ellipse tools here. Where we use in getting this one. The next tool we moved on to is the polygon, which we use in getting this other one. So the star we use in getting the star. Then we move down to basic shapes. So once you click on basic shapes, please pay attention here. Once you click on basic shapes, you can see the default was we're having this cross because I used cross. So once you click on it, you go over to this place. See where my mouse is. You go over to this place and select the basic shape you want to draw. Like so, once you click on this small arrow, it shows you a lot of basic shapes that you can draw. So I want you guys to play around with it and you know, try drawing all these basic shapes and let's see how it goes. So I'm just going to draw this one first. So that's that for that. We're still at this shape tool. We have arrows. So the same thing, once you click on arrow, you go ahead and choose the arrow you want to draw. So I'm going to draw this one. So if you're missing it out in any part of the video, if you're missing out on any of this of what we've done so far, you can just drop me a comment and I will be happy to answer your questions. So we've done arrow shapes, flow charts. So just go ahead and play around with all these shapes. Like if you want to do a dialog box, this is where you get it. You come down here. Of course, it's already selected, so you can now tweak it to anyone you want, any dialog box you would like to. You go for this one, it's still fine, and just draw it, and that is that for that. So we'll move on to the text. So the next one is the text. The text, as you know, this is self-explanatory. Use it in writing your text. Hello, you know. Then once you finish writing, or once you finish writing, you have to drop it. And you use this. So this pick tool now, you use it to pick, and you use it to drop as well. So if I for instance, let me do it again. For instance, I'm trying to write a text on this very document, right? So I go down here and I hope you see my cursor. I go down here and I click on the text tool. So I write hello. Then for me to drop it, you can see that it's still blinking. If I'm going to drop this, if I'm going to stop it from blinking, I have to go to this other pick, to the pick tool again, and click on it. Then you can see that it has dropped. I don't know if you understand, but you understand as we get more into it, as we start doing live designs and all that. So I don't really use this table. Table is to draw a table, but I don't really use it. You know. Then we have this other tool, parallel dimension. We get into it. Then we have a straight line connector. We get into it. I don't really use it, but we can also look at it. Then the other one I want you guys to check is this. So we have the drop arrow, drop shadow. If I want to do a shadow of this very image, this is a tool for it. It won't really work well because we don't have a design on it, but we'll get into it. Once you start designing, you will understand it much more better. So then we have the blend tool. We use that in blending colors. All these ones, we'll look at it, and once we start doing the design itself, I don't want to dwell too much in this video. I think we've we've overshoot our time. Then we have the pen tool. So this pen tool, now let me demonstrate this pen tool. So this pen tool now, you can use it to pick any color within the CorelDRAW environment. So let's say I want to pick this color. Let me zoom in. Okay, I want to pick this particular color, this ash color, and I want to fill it in another document, in another shape, sorry. So I'll just come here, and you can see once I click on it, you see it's actually called color eyedropper. So I'll just come, and now once I pick it, I'll come and just pick any color here. You can see as I move, the color changes. So I can decide to pick any color here, and we'll just let's zoom out. Up and zoom out. So I'm just going to pick any color here. Then you can now fill it in by also left clicking on the on where you want to fill the color. Okay, now you can see that our background, the background we did that time, we now have a background because there's now a few color. Don't worry if you get lost. Don't worry, other videos are going to clear all these things. Once you start doing the main designs, you understand it much better. So what else do we have here? We have the pocket tool. This is, I don't really use this. Then we have the fill tool. Okay, yeah, this is the interactive fill. So you can use it to fill. Once you pick what's it called? Once you pick a color, then you use it to fill it. But I don't really use it because once you pick any color here, you can just go ahead and drop it anywhere. Like, let me pick this one. I'll fill it in here. Okay. So this smart fill tool, we're going to work on it much later. So I hope this was very informative to you. I hope you've learned one or two on how to use basic shapes and some of the menus in CorelDRAW. So in our next video, we'll proceed with the learning. We're going to design as it is. We'll design something, and we'll try to work with colors, and we'll try to work with background and things like that. So I'll see you in the next one. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up so that other people can see this video and learn too. So I'll see you in the next one.